We've been canvassing what's been on First Take, and for 43 minutes, they've been talking about the Denver Post columnist being banned from Colorado.
All right, well, you mentioned that on Thursday, all eyes are going to be on Boulder, and I wanted to ask you guys something because, Stugotz, the columnist is named Sean Keeler, and he has been banned because of what the Colorado Buffaloes are calling sustained personal attacks. He has called Deion a false prophet. He's called him Deposition Deion. He's called him Planet Prime. And this is my favorite. He's called him the Bruce Lee of BS.
Wasn't that Bruce Lee?
I don't think of Bruce Lee as being BS.
Oh, dude, there was a whole controversy, and I'm not saying it. I'm just doing what Quentin Tarantino did.
Right.
There were a whole bunch of controversy from his surviving family because of how he was portrayed, when many people around that industry finally liked that someone was actually portraying Bruce Lee the way that he was in real life, and it became a big thing.
But let's get back to, and put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show, was Bruce Lee bullshit? Which is blasphemous.
Yeah, they're going to come after you.
No, it's
and by they I mean his family.
Right.
I'm saying it's bull.
Dangerous game, Dan.
I'm not doing the dangerous game. I'm putting it as a poll question. It's just a question. The audience decides. This is not my doing. This is Mike's doing. I would not ever accuse Bruce Lee of being bull. But Sean Keeler says that he's the Bruce Lee of BS, and I just wanted to ask you, Stugotz, because the heat on this is now in a really unusual, unreasonable place. If he's going to decide he's going to fight the media the way he's always fought the media, the place that this gets ratcheted up to is unlike any that any college football game is enduring, any college football coach is enduring. College football coaches have all sorts of problems with the media all the time, but we haven't played a game yet, Stugotz. There hasn't been. It's one season, and the noise around this man and this team are not any kind of sane.
I get that this is like a compelling, interesting story, but 40 straight minutes to start First Take? Like this, it seems
ridiculous.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder who has that game on Thursday night.
Ooh.
Yeah, when you say that's ridiculous, I remember that you guys remember. I don't know if this got a lot of traction.
It's ESPN. They have the rights.
Chris Carter recently said that he wanted to punch Skip Bayless in the face and told him during a segment not to ever disrespect me that way again because they were talking so much Tebow. And Skip Bayless said to Chris Carter, when Chris Carter said, if throwing a football is important for a quarterback, Tim Tebow is not a professional quarterback. And Skip Bayless said to him, that's why you never won a Super Bowl.
What?
That's yes, but the reason I bring it up is because they're gonna cover Deion the way they covered Tebow. It's the easiest thing in the world. 40 minutes of Deion. You know what's the only thing wrong with 40 minutes of Deion? That's not 50 minutes of Deion. Like they will eat up all of that, and it will be trafficking in whatever the sports fan will argue about because. They'll prep up the game for 3 days from now.
They'll get to 50 minutes.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I wish I was actually hearing this conversation, though, because Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp, they have their relationships with Deion. In fact, Stephen A. was actually speaking for Deion as to why the last time he had a press conference interaction that didn't land the right way, he was kind of speaking for him, even though there were other journalists that were saying that are also close to Deion saying something totally different. The one who got put on the blogs was Stephen A. speaking for Deion Sanders. So it's a curious spot that they're in, but right now they're feeding the machine because they are the machine.
I don't know what they're saying either, but I am willing to bet I'd place money on what I'm about to say, which is in those 40 minutes of all the things they're talking about, one of them is not an assistant coach going to ask Saudi Arabia for money for NIL.